All right, everybody, good evening. And it's now 10:32. And so welcome. And once again, today we're going to have a late night show with Wesley and Lawrence here today. All right, and today's topic is going to be very interesting. And I think it's very, very timely. And of course, today we have a very special guest speaker here today. With Mr. Hamdan from SME Bank of Malaysia. All right, so perhaps for those of you here, you have to say hi. Perhaps Lawrence and Hamdan want to say hi to our friends.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, good. And for those of you here who have just joined in, would you just say hi to us so that we know that you're watching this right now from wherever you are? All right, so today's topic is going to be very interesting as we talk about money, all right? And again, so before we begin, let me just introduce myself. So my name is Wesley, and we are doing this here today because we know that right now we're going to talk a lot about the scene of the SME and how it changes according to the COVID right now, all right? And that's why we are here today. We're going to talk about the topic here for today. We will be talking about the financial accessibility and options for Malaysian businesses. Something very timely right now. And again, so we have Jana Manso saying hi to Hamdan and to Lawrence. Jana's here saying hi. All right, good. All right, so just before we would like Hamdan to introduce yourself. So Lawrence, do you want to say hi to our friends?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We'll continue to do this every day throughout this week. So, and I just got caught cold just now in the evening, so I apologize if I start rubbing my nose. Other than that, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all enjoy and learn this session from this very good friend of mine.
All right, and also, so perhaps Hannah, would you want to say hi to our friends? Would you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you very much for inviting us, SME Bank. I'm very happy to be together with both of you tonight. You want me to introduce myself? What?
Yeah, perhaps you can just probably just introduce yourself in terms of what do you do in SME Bank?
Oh, okay. My career started with this development finance institution way back in 1996. So it's already 24 years.
Wow.
I've been growing older with more gray hair with the bank. I started with I think you know Bank Pembangunan.
Yes.
Yeah, Development Bank of Malaysia. So when the rationalization exercise happened in 2005, end of 2005, so I was positioned in SME Bank.
Yes.
So started from day one of SME Bank until today. So I've been rotating in several departments in the bank, frontliners from credit, and then doing corporate strategy and doing some system and method, some work related to entrepreneur development, and now back to banking. Again, frontliners.
Wow. So like you.
Yeah, when we're talking about frontliners, so it's almost every day that I'm going to office.
So you're close to the ground. That's what we want to hear from you today, right? Okay. And again, for those of you here, I want to say again, good evening to all of you here joining this. So for those of you here, I would like to invite you to like and share this video so I can benefit many more people out there, because today's topic comes in very timely. We're going to talk about financial accessibility for the Malaysian businesses, especially right now. It comes in very timely. We're going to talk about money, finance, how to keep business afloat, and what should we do, and what can we get support from the bank and from the government. All right, so we have some friends saying hi. So Hamdan, we got Yen Tan saying hi to you.
Hi.
All right, good. All right, so here comes a boiling question that I've been wanting to ask you, right? So Hamdan, so during this crisis, how can businesses stay afloat in terms of cash flow? Now, does it make sense for business with no revenue to take loan right now?
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, indeed, very interesting. Okay. I think all of you here have heard about the introduction of several stimulus package by the government. The announcement by the Prime Minister, the announcement by Ministry of Finance, Bank Negara, and whatnot. So I think the hot selling product by now is this special relief fund. The government allocated 5 billion to assist SMEs. It comes with to me, is very interesting features because It offers a 3.5% per annum. I think that costs you very low in terms of a profit rate or interest. And another interesting feature is that because it doesn't require you to offer a collateral to the bank. Because we are working with another government outfit, which is Syarikat Jaminan Perniagaan, SJPP, and also this CGC. So I think this is one of the initiative by the government, supported by the banks, be it a commercial bank, be it a development bank, similar to SME Bank. Whereby with this one, I think this is the initiative to make sure that the SMEs out there still can afloat, because most of the bank they are looking at the fixed cost or the overhead cost that can further sustain those SMEs. What more if the SMEs are their existing customers? So I think when you ask me the question whether or not those companies can take up loans or financing in a situation where they generate no sales,
Yes.
so the answer by now is yes. Then because you know why? At the time of the launching of this scheme, which is I can call a special relief fund, which is SRF, introduced by Bank Negara, it is looking at your requirement to make sure that you can sustain for at least another 6 months. So I think if we are looking at April, if we were to look at April bank statement, I don't think that most of them can show us the money inflow. So we use the document, which include the past 6 months of your bank statement. So definitely, I think sometime in February and March, you still generate some cash flow. But due to this MCO, COVID, and then all this recent development, oil price, I think it's not easy, or it's very challenging, it's very tough. The SMEs or a cash inflow that can be evident. So we take your previous record, which is well, number one is that your audited for 2018 plus audited or management 2019 and this 6-month bank statement. So that should be sufficient for us to evaluate, to assess the capacity to pay, because we know this well, unprecedented pandemic will definitely affect your business operation.
I think this is very good answer. We actually have asked this to a lot of people, Hamdan. And before I go on with the next question, I think I would like to mention that Mr. Arya is here to say hello, and he actually left. He actually left you a comment. Go Hamdan. So I think he's here with us with the late night show. So to continue with the question, Hamdan, I think you have just answered about helping the companies to go through this difficult time, giving them financial support. What do you think businesses need most now in helping them to go through this challenging time?
Okay, the two well, great initiative that the government already decided, undertaken by the government. I think when they announced the automatic moratorium, that's number one, and then they complement it with the this special relief fund, and also a few more funds that the Bank Negara introduced, which include all economic sectors, automation and digital, microfinance, and also this agro-based scheme. So all in all, what Bank Negara would like to see is that while they are giving you the breathing space for this 6-month moratorium, they want to inject some further capital to this company, cash inflow to that company so that they can float and then can survive. Because I think with the moratorium alone, it may not be enough because it's just to cover your monthly liability. Where you stop paying, say that you may have a monthly installment of 10,000, 20,000. Yeah, that one is okay. That one is one of the good initiative, great initiative to me. But then for you to move forward, because you have fixed costs, fixed expenses. So some of the SMEs out there, I think their coffer is not that large. It's not that heavy. So what do they have? Sometimes it's just sufficient for 1 or 2 months. So I think with that injection of capital, but through borrowings or through financing, I think that will really help those SMEs.
I think this is also quite important to help them at the short term relief. But just before I ask the next question, a lot of businesses, Mr. Hamdan, has been affected could be from January, from December. So they may already actually face such problem in the early year, and they may already have. I know you may not be able to answer this on behalf of credit, but I'm just saying, I'm just asking a very generic questions because business may be already affected many months back, even before all this PKP and etc. So are they actually still eligible to be trying to get to apply for such assistance from the bank?
Okay, we encountered actually, our customers are SMEs. So they are experiencing the same thing that what Lawrence mentioned. Even some of them, have indicated to us that there have been a very challenging time prior to this COVID. But I think, in credit, I think we are looking more towards the character. One of the indicator that we are looking at is the payment record on the existing financing, whether with the bank or any other banks that they do have a facility, be it IHP for their vehicles, be it this credit card, whatnot. I think looking at that, despite the very challenging time, I think I can say safely say that 60-70% of our customers can remain as a prompt paymaster, to the financial institution. I think that's about their character, personality, and also the mindset, because they know that if you slack, if you let it overdue, so the chances for you to get whatever assistance from the government, especially during this turbulence time, I think that will be very slim. So, but so far, I think we based on that few months record prior to that MCO. So far, I can say that simply say that they're still trying to serve the financing or the installment that they do have monthly.
Yeah, good. All right, so thank you very much for enlightening. And again, you mentioned about the ability to pay, like all those ability to pay, right? And I want to go backtrack a bit, so just I can capture some of the things to help the SMEs. So what would they need is that they need audited 2018, 2019 report. Is that what you're saying just now? The first question.
Yeah,
and 6 months bank statement, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, and my next question to you is so in terms of all these facilities, so what are the products in terms of loans and grants that are introduced to the SME now?
From SME Bank or from the industry?
Let's start with from SME Bank.
SME Bank. Okay. I think we are not specifically discussing about this MCO time, or it is open.
Good question. I think now moving forward.
Okay. Okay. In general, what actually do we offer? Okay, as SME Bank, by its names, it is for small and medium enterprises. So I might simply say that it's always about assisting the SMEs to further grow, to further develop their business. We are hardly venturing into this newly startup because I think that role is with another agency in the likes of Malaysian Technology Development Center, Malaysian Debt Venture, and then another PE or a VC company. We are assisting those, well, in short, the post commercialization. It is at the commercialization stage, whereby you already have the product. So it's about expanding your business. So if I were to summarize, what do we offer? Actually, this similar to another bank. We do offer financing that can assist you in terms of acquiring your this fixed asset. Say that you want to acquire a factory building, we do have facility that can assist that. And then vehicles, shop lot, whatnot. And then to complement that is always the financing for working capital. So that can come in terms of revolving working capital, or it can come in the form of a fixed working capital. But it's always about two products or programs that to support the SMEs. The first is fixed asset financing. The second one is this working capital financing. So if you come after or post MCO, you come for the purpose of expansion. So I know that you may want to acquire a factory lot. You may want to have additional line of machinery. You may want some extra limit of your working capital. So that can be blended in our financial package.
Right. So in short, there'll be two, right? So one's a fixed capital financing, one's a working capital.
Yeah, fixed asset financing and working capital. Yeah.
All right, fixed asset. Okay, good.
What you heard in the market, be it overdraft, trust receipt, and those are the instruments. Yeah, but the requirement is for only two.
Right. So in this manner, of course, so you have like got various facilities and all. So on just a perspective, I mean, I'm sure you have consultations, and you have got specialists to give them like the best advice or options they do, right? So let's say somebody who require, like, they want to know more about this, they can just straight away approach. They can just talk to you, Hamdan, that you provide consultations, you provide and all, right?
Yeah. Our people is equipped with those skills because the first one is that I think you have heard about our subsidiary named Center of Entrepreneur Development and Research. We call it SEDA. SEDA, I think, have been giving training to, I don't know, maybe 30,000-40,000 of entrepreneurs out there. I think one of the unique selling proposition by SME Bank as one of the development financial institution, DFI, is that we do offer financing, and together with the financing is that we always determine, we at Credit will determine whether a company would require a mandatory training program. So there are the checklists that we need to run through, looking at the capability and the capacity of the entrepreneur and also that enterprise. Right. So using that, we know that this company is at a certain stage where it requires this training program provided by the bank through our subsidiary, which is SEDA. And I think SEDA, by now, they have maybe 20 qualified business coach that can give a coaching, business coaching to our customers. And they do offer training or even coaching to the non-customers of the bank. So they cover both.
I think that's very good information. And again, so I mean, there are probably some SMEs who are in need of help of coaching, service, and training. I mean, coaching, training, so they can actually look for SEDA. I mean, like 20 business coaches. I mean, I'm glad to hear. I didn't know. I mean, to me, it's like, wow. I mean, perhaps.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? All right, good. Okay,
Yes.
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah. Proceed.
Okay, good. Okay, so my next question is this. So just now you mentioned about so there are some support from the government. So based on your experience, is the support from the government sufficient? And how can business fully make use of this support from the government right now?
Okay. I think the announcement with regard to this stimulus package by the government, and also there's whatever form of assistance by the government, to say whether that one is sufficient or not, is hard to tell. But I think what SMEs out there must do is to quickly grasp all those whatever eligible to them.
Right.
Because I think one of the initiative by the government is this compensation for the wages, 600 or 800. Yeah. What I heard from the market, that one is not popular, or not so many SMEs that come forward to subscribe to that. So whether the question is whether they don't aware with such a wonderful assistance or initiative by the government, or it's just that they don't really want to go for it, because I think at this particular period where things are so challenging, when you are managing turbulence, those kind of initiative, those kind of token, whatnot, I think by right today the government announced, tomorrow you need to grab it now. Yeah, but what I heard is that it is the other way around. It just seems like it is not popular. Not many SMEs are rushing for that. But we are lucky because that financing, the announcement with regard to this special relief fund, well, it is really hot selling. And at our end, I think we have been processing almost 1,000 applications. Yeah, for this one month period. So I think that's to us also, that's a great achievement by our team. Yeah.
I think this is very, very good. And yes, actually, I thought that Malaysians are very, once they announce something, because I heard that the website has been down for many days, many times, when, they need to apply for the wage subsidy from Perkeso. So I heard the website was down. And then after that, I think soon enough, they're going to open a new one with LHDN starting 1st of May. So, but I just realized with the data yesterday, yes, a few 100,000 company are still not applying. So maybe companies can take this opportunity. Mr. Hamdan, a follow-up question next. Just to let you know, the series this week is all about action. It's all about allowing the companies to know what to do next. We don't want to give any more motivation talks or this. I rasa dah tak perlu lah. So it's now that we want to let companies know what's the next step. So my next question to you is, how can companies actually do a financial health check to their company? And how do they, of course, you have mentioned to maybe speak to SEDA to get realistic advice. But who else do you think can be a good advisor to continue to stay operational post MCO and post COVID-19?
Oh, okay. I think one thing I can advise SMEs out there. First, I think you can go back to your banker, because your banker may advise you first, because they know that you have a commitment, monthly commitment, and at the same time, you yourself know that how much you can generate post-COVID. So what is about cost to income ratio, debt to equity ratio, and certain elements inside your balance sheet that you need to understand. So I think to have a quick check, there are many government outfits that offer this type of business consultation. And I think even private also, there are a lot of private companies or private firm that can offer, but of course with cost. But I think one of the avenue or one of the platform is that try to go back to your current banker, your existing banker, because when they can advise you from the perspective of managing your cash flow, because when you have a fixed liability over the months, and if you talk with your banker, sometimes you will arrive at a situation where they said that it's good to restructure or reschedule your facility so that your incoming cash flow, your future cash flow will be sufficient to cover your monthly installment. So yeah, that's where that.
Right. Good.
This is where I really think that it's important to speak to your banker or speak to your relationship manager to help you to restudy a bit and restructure. This is actually exactly my next question because I think there are so many grants, so many different products. You know, some business owner also opt for personal loan. I saw some of my friends, they actually apply personal loan. Some even cash out their credit cards. Maybe right, maybe wrong. But how do companies or business owners can actually identify which type of product that is suit to the company, that is suit to the business? Which type? How do they identify? Because I don't want businesses to just, oh, there's a loan, everybody go and apply. Oh, there's a, just for the sake of getting money, just for the sake of getting help. So how do they identify which is the best product for their business?
Is it moving forward or what, Lawrence?
Yes, moving forward. I think I have enough of MCO. I also forgot this is day one already. But yes, moving forward.
Okay. Let's advise them in the manner that which stage are you now? Yep. Let's go back. Take one step back. And what stage are you now? Okay. Sure. If you are in a recovering mode, because post MCO, maybe what you have been struggling to do your sales, so you don't generate any of your revenue, so no cash inflow, whatnot. So that one is very much a recovery mode. So if you ask me, I don't think that at that particular time you want to acquire machinery, equipment, you want to acquire this fixed asset. It's more towards, I think, to have sufficient fund for you to move a few steps ahead as you plan after this MCO upliftment. If I know that certain company, they are being blessed by this COVID pandemic, especially those selling sanitizer, selling this face mask, all this PPE, whatnot. Previously, the orders is like 200,000-300,000 a month, but now it escalated, skyrocketing to 2 million. All this ad hoc. Okay, put them aside. Let's look into, I think, maybe 60% or 70% of the SMEs that their market is open market, their customers are open market, and I think they are the one that badly hit with this situation. So I think immediately after the MCO upliftment, they need to take one step back we agree that they may have planned something before this MCO, but I think they need to restart with the new plan. To look at where are they now post-COVID and how fast they can recover. And with that, because when you go to the bank, it's very much like the projection, the cash flow forecast that you can evidence to the bank. Okay, bank, I now come to you with this cash flow projection. I know that it is a post-COVID. I know it's still a tough time, but this is what I can project for the next 1 year. So I need this level of cash flow or this level of working capital financing. I think bank would listen to you. So long as the projection is sensible, the bank, I think, will always happy to advise you on whether to take up the financing or not.
All right. So this one, you're referring to. I mean, you're mentioning different stage, and just now you're talking about the one in the recovery mode. Is there like any other stage that you have?
Okay. I think, well, post-COVID, if the company that that 20 or 10% companies who are being blessed by this COVID, surely I think they want to further expand their business. So when they come with regard to the proposal to further expand their factory, to further expand their production line, I think, well, that may be the best time for them to come to the bank, because they can easily evidence the incoming revenue for the past 6 months or during this MCO time.
Okay, good. And knowing your experience, and so my curious question is, what do you personally see in the business world? I mean, from your perspective, after MCO, how would that change the entire business landscape for SMEs?
Okay. Okay, I think let's agree that we don't have any crystal ball. There's no yeah, we don't have any crystal ball. So what SMEs should start now is to be innovative and to be creative with regard to the way forward of your business plan, because there will be the new normal, the new norm, normal baharu, what do they call it? So that will be a new norms with regard to your operation. I think if you ask a question, how many SMEs in Malaysia that is embracing or adopting this digital platform or digital business, I can simply say that the one that really in it, maybe less than 30%. So I think if they know that this is the best option that they have now post-COVID, they should immediately, quickly venture into those type of initiatives. So maybe from 10%, 20% online business, they may need to improve it further to 60, 70% online business. Go based on a digital platform. Even we at SME Bank, we do develop this digital platform. I think maybe Dato' Lawrence, our CEO, already introduced you with regard to this SME Access and also this Odela. That is purpose of wearing this t-shirt. Okay. These are all new norms that SMEs out there need to think forward, because I think they don't have any option. Even we, you yourself, Wesley, Lawrence, and myself, I think we cannot escape from this digital era. So let's all of these SMEs take this opportunity. I think because this 3 months or 4 months forward, I think this is the period of learning a lesson. Even this is a very hard lesson. It's very challenging, but I think this is the point where they need to have a total holistic review with regard to their business operation, their modus operandi, and their business as a whole. Yeah?
I really like this idea about completely overhaul. Actually, in my practice, we have done quite a number of things with the SME Bank. So we also actually now have to start changing our way of doing things. I have not done FB Live before for the entire of the entire.
This is the first time.
Yes.
Luckily, I have a daughter that can assist me.
Yeah. I did my first FB Live during MCO with Wesley. So I always tell people I gave my first time to him. So maybe he's honored or I'm honored. So most probably businesses may need to take this opportunity to transform, to change. But I'm not sure if you have this data, but I'm going to ask you a very sensitive question. In every crisis, there are people who rise and there are people who fall. So I've seen a lot of news that businesses are closing down. I see a lot of hotels are closing down. Maybe can you enlighten us? There's two questions to this. Number one, do you foresee businesses will collapse? How many businesses that you think will collapse? And number two, usually we will know. A lot of people know that they need to change, but they can't change. They don't take action to change. Why do you think is the reason of they not changing or not innovating?
So the question is getting tougher towards the end of the session. Okay. How many will collapse? I think those with very minimum saving, very low bank balance, very low cash. They are the one that will be badly hit, and I think because even some of our customers, they already came forward telling that this is very good that the bank or the country offer this auto moratorium, because take an example, rental. Despite this moratorium, rental is still on. Yeah. So micro enterprises who only churn 300,000 per annum, or around 250,000 a month. 25,000 a month. Sometimes renting premises that cost them 3,000. 4,000 in KL it's not easy to get that low. So I think I cannot really answer, but in general, those with low saving and those with low backup from the shareholders, they are the one who will badly hit. And even to a certain extent, some of the SMEs out there, they are, not to say that they are not ready, but they prefer not to borrow from the banks. But actually, if you see the positive side of it, is that if you have a credit line now, say that you have 300 or 500,000 revolving working capital or overdraft, and you have been using 200,000, so you have a balance of 300,000 that you can use now. So it's not to say that I opted not to borrow because of this blah blah blah. Actually, at this tough time, a challenging time, similar to now, you can say that those facilities in the lights of overdraft, in the lights of cash line, that will be very helpful to SMEs. Yeah? So to say how many, I'm not that sure. But if you go by numbers, because I think the one that the most fragile is the micro, the most fragile. But they may escape from this because their cost, their monthly fixed cost is not that high.
Yes.
Those small and medium, they are highly likely they are the one who can easily be hit because of their commitment, because of their commitment. And then your second question, Lawrence, with regard to this, why don't they change? No, that's actually yourself that can motivate whether you want to bring your company to another level.
Yeah.
It is the owner or the director of this company that can decide. Okay, let's go to this digital kind of things. We move to this platform. We cannot do business as usual. So I think
Sure.
it goes back to your own self, how you see the benefit of embarking into those initiatives, embracing that technology, embracing that digital. So I think actually it's not that difficult to switch, but maybe sometimes it's because of you are not used to it, or you are so dependent to others. You as a owner of the business say that, well, I think I can do it later. So those kind of mindset, I think that need a big shift, a big change. That's how I see that, Wesley and Laura.
All right, good. So the questions are getting tougher towards the end. Let me just curious. I have one question. I have one follow-up question in regards to that, and I'm not too sure if this is a question that people would like to know. Now, from the bank's perspective, from your perspective, how many months of multiple that you recommend for businesses to keep in cash reserve? For example, let's say, should I have like a multiple of 6 months of my expenses? What is like the recommended multiple of cash reserve I should keep? Do you have like?
Oh, okay. I think they should already know their fixed cost. They are together with their banks, installment and whatnot. I think to be safe is always a minimum of 3 times the amount of those monthly commitment. So if their monthly commitment is 100,000, so to be safe, they need to have easily 300,000. End of the month. As the pool of the fund they need to have, especially during this emergency time.
So does it apply during emergency time, or is it like an evergreen thing for these 3 months?
I think that one would be during a good time, but it's not easy to indicate what should be the figure during this emergency time, because I think by some of the SMEs by month 1 or month 2 they already exhausted all their pool of fund. So long as they can keep their cost low, and they're able to project their incoming business post this MCO, I think that's good enough for now. That's good enough for now.
All right, so that's I mean, thanks for that, and thanks for that 3 months multiple at least, and it gives an idea to a lot of business owners out there. It doesn't matter micro, mid-size. And again, I think it's a very good benchmark to have. And again, what you say was like it should be an evergreen thing, right? But during crisis care of cost, at least we can stay afloat 3 months cash reserve. Right. And again, I have one question here, probably the last question that I have for you. In case any of the audience watching, if you have any questions, feel free to address your question. Okay, my question is: do you have any advice, any final advice, last advice from your behalf to our fellow business owners, SME owners watching this right now?
Okay. I'm giving advice from the perspective of SME Bank. Okay. The advice to SMEs out there, or even to our beloved customers out there, do engage the bank, do engage your banker, because during this challenging time, forward another 2-3 months or even more. I think definitely you need to understand where you are and get your banker as a third party who can give advice independently. And at the same time, as I shared earlier, your banker can advise you whether or not you can proceed with this current commitment, or you need to restructure or reschedule your financing to make good of your monthly commitment and as versus of your monthly cash flow. Okay, that's number one. I think at the same time, it's also good that you try to start to learn new things. All these topics with regard to this the creativity, innovation, thinking out of the box. People last time talked about blue ocean, whatnot. So I think let's take this coming few months so that you gain more knowledge with regard to this this innovative thing, this creative thing, so that you can switch or you can shift the existing business model of yours so that it can sync with the economic situation going forward. So I think that two that I can share with the audience.
Yeah, I really like this part about you have to work very closely with your bankers, but I believe now your bankers are also receiving a lot of calls, receiving a lot of messages. Maybe again, I'm going to. This is not a very tough question. Don't worry, Mr. Hamdan. I just want to ask you. Of all the funds that has been announced by the government, the special relief funds and etc., how many percent actually has been approved, and how many actually has been given out, and how much more that is actually still available for the business owners?
Oh, I see. I don't have that figure with me, but I can simply say that the hot selling is this special relief fund.
Yeah.
Because all the banks, commercial bank and also the development bank and also Islamic banks, all the banks are offering this. I think to make sure that as number one is their existing customers remain afloat, and also to further extend that to their new customers or their potential customers. From what I know is everyone is rushing to subscribe to that special relief fund. With that features 3.5%, that would be very helpful, and zero collateral to be pledged to the bank. That's again another fantastic criteria that offered by Bank Negara.
Yeah. So all these SME bank branches are open, or are they actually functioning as usual for people to walk in, or
no. Now everything is online. They can do submission through our website, through email, whatnot. The processing is still ongoing. As I shared with you, we have been processing. Maybe by now, by this time, this is already 1,000 plus customers that we already processed this special relief fund. So there is no physical meeting. There is no physical meeting. Even for the purpose of this security documentation, whatnot, we use this digital platform.
Well, that's very good. So maybe, Mr. Hamdan, you want to advise us to our audience, where can they go and seek? I mean, especially to those who are new to SME Bank, where can they go to get all this information?
You can visit our website, www.smebank.com. We also provide a frequently asked question. Whatever financing that we offer is always there. You can browse through the website. And through that website also, you can call directly to our customer services, where it operates like usual. So you can simply call this our call center, customer support. So don't worry, we are working like usual. The productivity remain or even better this time around, I think. So it's just that you cannot have a face-to-face meeting with our relationship managers. Yeah?
Right.
But no worry, the operation is still on.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamdan. And I like that, we are operating we are operating like normal, and in fact more efficient. All right.
Yeah.
So in fact, I mean, it's interesting, right? You have already processed 1,000 applicants, and again, so I put a website there in the comment section right there. So it's www.smebank.com.my. And for those of you here, if you need any support, any help, and I like the part that I think we should be close to our bankers, is to really be open and vulnerable, to ask for advice, seek help, get for coaching and all. Know what is the funds and grant available. So so this is the website for all of you watching right there. And Mr. Hamdan, I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for your precious time. Now it's like 11:20 plus. Maybe you should be spending time with your family. Your boss is watching, right?
Thanks also on behalf of the bank. I would like to thank Lawrence and Wesley for this opportunity. So as I said to Lawrence yesterday or the day before, this is the first time. So thank you again. So hope to see you again.
All right. So so thank you very much, Mr. Hamdan, for that. So Lawrence, you want to say anything?
Yeah, thank you.
I again, Mr. Hamdan, we have spoken for a few days. Thank you so much for taking time. I'm also a client of SME Bank, so I really I am very proud of how the bank is supporting business people, and I spoke to your management as well, both on my practice work and also on some of my businesses as well. So I really want to thank you for spending your late night with us. Thank you for giving your first time to us.
Okay.
I feel honored.
Yeah, we are sama-sama lah. We're also honored as well. Okay, so Mr. Hamdan, so just before we end, we normally have a tradition. We're gonna take a group picture. Yes. So I'll do a group picture. You just look at the screen, right? Just look at the camera, and I will take a snapshot from my side. Yeah, with the thumbs up. Okay, so ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Hamdan. Thank you so much for your time. And again, really appreciate sharing. Thank you very much. And so do keep in touch and stay safe. And once again, thank you so much for your sharing and all. So thank you very much. And I would just remove you from the studio, and I hope to keep in touch with you. So for those of you, if you learned something very useful today, drop a yes. And again, thank you very much. Again, thank you, Mr. Hamdan. Thank you. I'll see you again. Bye. Thank you. All right, and so thank you very much for your time, and Lawrence, thank you so much again for being a wonderful co-host. So I'll also remove you as well. You want to say anything? You want to say anything?
No. Thank you very much, President.
All right, good. Okay, so for those of you watching right there, I want to thank you for your time. I know it's 11 plus right now, and we thought of just inviting Mr. Hamdan here to give you very, very important right source of information here from the SME Bank to help SME owners in terms of your credit facilities and facilities moving forward, be it capital, fixed asset, or whatever, just to help you to grow and to continue to stay afloat. So what we have right now is this. So we also have prepared a summary of today's Facebook Live here today. So just in case any one of you here, if you miss or you join late, we have this summary here. So how it is very simple. Just go to tiny.cc, sales and marketing. And once you go in there, you just put in your details. There's a Google form. And we will send you a summary of what's happened today in the Facebook Live as well. And not just that, I will also be sending to you a 14-day sales breakthrough action plan to help guide you the next 14 days, what you should do in your personal and sales breakthrough, and also in the presence of online, which means how we can leverage this opportunity to stay afloat and to have breakthrough in your sales and marketing. So we will also be sending to you a 14-day breakthrough action plan to guide you in the business. And again, I would like to take this chance also to invite all of you here as well to also follow and support our work. So again, you can help to also like and follow our page right here at My Parentis, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn as well. And of course, we have just launched our new YouTube channel, My Parentis School of Life. I'd like to invite all of you to also follow and share as well. And also for tomorrow, we have another guest speaker here at 10:30 p.m. We will be sharing with you different topic on sales and marketing breakthrough. So stay tuned, and I want to thank you for your time, and I hope to see all of you tomorrow at 10:30. Until then, signing off from My Parentis. Thank you and good night.